today. So today I got my little helper. This is my daughter Penny. Say hi. Yeah, she's gonna be bashful. So in this episode, we're gonna be putting a stereo in the Ranger. I got all the parts here. Penny, you wanna give me a box? All right, so we got some JVC 6.5-inch speakers. What else we got, Penny? We got an antenna. Yes, that's the antenna.
Mailbox.
Yes. What else we got? We got some speaker wire. Get the rest. Here's the radio. This is a marine Bluetooth radio. Okay. And the last thing, can you get the big box, Penny?
Yeah.
There you go. There's the big one.
This is very heavy.
Yep.
Oh,
And this is the speaker box.
what?
And this mounts up on your roof. So, let's get going on this and get this radio installed and get some tunes going.
Hi guys.
There we go.
I found it.
Okay, so the placement I'm going to put this radio is right here. It's going to be a pretty tight fit, but this is going to be the best spot for it. Now the radio comes with this little gasket sticker. Now this gasket, or this seal, goes on the back of the radio here. So basically, once you found your spot, you're going to want to take this center portion and find your best spot that you want to put the radio. So I think right about here is going to be a good spot. Okay, so you just stick that on like that. What I do is I take a drill and I start a drill, put a pilot hole, that way you can get your jigsaw in and start. Alright, put a hole in it. Then take your jigsaw or your whatever you want to use and just go around it. I gotta get my hole a little bit bigger here. And there you go. There's your hole for your radio. Now, just to make sure everything fits, perfect. So next thing, you're going to secure the radio to your dash. Comes with this bracket and these little nuts here. Okay, so come on the back side. You can see the radio. Just slide the bracket on to these studs. Just like so, and put the nuts on. Okay. Okay. Come around. Make sure your radio's straight. Tighten those two nuts down, and your radio is secured to the dash. All right, I just want to put a note in here. The way that they had the wiring, it was like this. So I couldn't get that bracket tight enough to clamp the radio to the dashboard. So just undo this stud, get the clamp and get the wiring out of there, okay? Now, when you put that bracket on, it will tighten down enough. And so just a little note that comes like this, you can't get it tight enough. So get the wiring off, now put your bracket on and tighten it down. All right, now that we got the radio installed, let's get the speaker box installed. Basically, it just goes up on your roof, like so. And if you don't have a flat roof, like I have a contoured roof, so I have this like channel here, all you're gonna wanna do, what I'm gonna have to do for this one, you're gonna center it up. And I'm gonna make 2 marks, and do the same in the back. Okay, now let's notch this out so it'll fit over that. All right, so now that we've notched it out to clear my roof, let's get the speakers put in. Pretty easy. Get the speakers out, some nice JVC 300 watt. You know, they're not crazy, but they'll work. All right, everyone, and there we have it. So basically just install them, screws, tabs, you know, pretty self-explanatory. It's like doing any other speaker, but those look good. All right, so now that we got the box all set, the box is gonna go up here, okay? Our wiring's gonna run this way across, and I drilled a hole here in the frame. You just basically take your time. I just use a 1/4 inch hole. So we're gonna put a hole there, and we're gonna drill a hole here. Whoops, there goes my bit. All right, now you can run your wiring right down your tube here, out and over. All right, now an easy way to find out, you can measure with a tape measure how much cord you need, you know, wire, or this is what I do. Take the end of it, put it in the middle, you're gonna bring it over, hold your thumb, drop this down, and then just basically, just like this. And this will help you determine the amount of wire you'll need. So, alrighty, let's get these installed in the frame. Alright, so now one of the things I wanted to show that I do is I wrap the whole wire up in electrical tape. And what I do, so I know which one's which, one of the wires, I'll mark one end with electrical tape, and I'll mark the other end with electrical tape. That way, once I get it all fed through, I know which side is which. And again, all we gotta do is just push it in our hole and just walk it down. On a side note, adding WD-40 inside the frame helps the wires slide right down. Once it gets down here, you can grab it and pull it right out. Okay, so I got all the wiring all taped up, speakers are all hooked up. So now, just basically, your drop comes, the speaker box comes with 4 bolts. So you drop your bolts down through the top. It's bolt and washer on the top, and then washer and a nut on the bottom. So pretty much just put them on. Put your nut in. How's that look? Looks pretty nice. Got it all bolted up. Got our wire ran over down our tube. All right, let's get to the next step. Let's get this wiring down here done. So now what I've been working on is the wiring. So one of the things I keep everything. So here's an old pigtail off of a Sportsman or something. I forget what it's for, but it's got 3 wires already in a housing. So this is gonna work perfect for making our power connections. So very simple. All I did is you get the yellow, the red, and the black, okay? So attach all those together. Your yellow is gonna go directly to your battery terminal on the bus. The red's gonna go to your key terminal, and the black's gonna go to your ground terminal. So all I gotta do on this side now is just cut this plug off and put some eyelet connectors on it. So pretty simple. And then just get your eyelet connectors, stick your wire in, crimp it down. And that's it. Do the other ones, tape them off, and then we can get them over there. Alrighty, so now we got the little sub harness here all made up. Got our pigtails on there. So now all I'm gonna do is run it back here. Okay, bring it on over. And simply connect to your bus bar. So, because I know my colors here. So purple I use, the purple in this harness I use for my ground. So that's gonna go there. The red, of course, I use, see, oop, there you go, got power. That's gonna be our 12 volt. And then this orange one, that's gonna be our keyed. All right, so there we go. Put your nuts back on. And tighten everything down. So now the antenna, you can get any type, you know, they have fixed mass ones. I've done the fixed mass before. They work, but I wanted to try this one. I don't know, for $4 to $5, it might work, it might not. Just plug it into your antenna lead. And then this thing, here's the antenna. So you can pretty much put it anywhere. So I think I'm gonna tape it underneath the dash. We'll try that. But for right now, we're just gonna hang it up high so we can make sure we're getting reception on the radio. Okay, so for the speaker wires, there's two ways you can do it. You can basically wire them to either your front channels or your rear channels. But what I do is I bridge them, okay? So you're basically going to take your rear channel ground, hook that up for your right, and then your front channel power, hook that up. This is bridging. Same thing here. And you use the power from the front channel and the ground from the rear channel. And that's how you bridge your speakers to get the most power out of the radio going to two speakers. Here's the diagram showing how to hook the speakers up bridged. All right, so now we got everything hooked up. Let's see how this works. So if we push the power button, nothing happens, which is good because the key's off. If we turn the key on, radio powers up. All right, works good. I can't let it go too long. YouTube might yell at me, but all right, that works awesome. And when you shut your key off, power's back down. And there we have it. We've got a radio in the Ranger. Looks great. I love how the speakers came out. They look really good. Love how the radio sounds. I know the quality on the phone doesn't sound that great, but it's pretty badass in person. So if you want to do it in yours, it's not that hard. Everything cost me right around $150, and you know, it took me about 2 hours to do everything. So I hope you all enjoyed the video. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you all on the next one.